Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Season 2, Episode 2 of the Cuppa-Cast is here. I am one of your hosts, Matt Lewinko, here with my glorious co-host, as always, Shaun Gold.
How are we?
We are a week. I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
We are a week into the NBA season. We're finally on time for the start of the season.
Let's go.
Last year we were about a month behind.
Yeah.
Month and a half behind. So we're on top of it this year.
Let's go.
This is a week. As the time of recording, this is a week to the day of the start of the NBA season. We've had a lot of interesting things going on. We've had a lot of guys showing up. We've had a couple guys not showing up. We've had everything's all over the place right now.
It really is.
So I don't know if there's a place in particular that you want to start, whether East, West, or a team or a player, anything come to mind, or
The first thing that comes to mind is the New York Knicks. I mean,
yeah.
what is going on? It just doesn't look right.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone just seems just...
They're 1-2, right?
They're
at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So they have the loss to the Celtics. They beat the Pacers, and who did they lost to the Cavs?
Oh, that's another team we got to talk about.
Yeah, we'll talk about them as well. Either way, they're 1-2.
Mm-hmm.
They looked, from what I saw at least, they looked really good in the second game versus the Pacers.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that Mikal Bridges was shooting the ball.
He dropped a nice 20-piece.
Yeah, well in that game. He looked pretty fired up. He looked ready to go. But you're right. It's a little bit confusing, especially for a team with all the hype that they had coming into the season. It's definitely a little bit concerning, but it's early. Plenty of teams start slow, get hot. It's a long season. There's 8 months of the season to go, 7 months of the season to go. So
Got till April.
yeah, so at least until April, and as far as into June. So it's a long season for the Knicks. I don't know if they're necessarily worried.
No, I mean, like you literally just said, it's the start of the season.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm really worried about is the guy you just said, Mikal Bridges.
His shot, right?
If he's going to be this,
streaky,
inconsistent, it's going to look really bad, especially for that trade.
It's rough. It's definitely rough. I mean, you think about the 5 first-round picks that they gave up for him. So they really went all in with that. Cat has looked pretty nice. He's looked fine
really
for what they've needed. Brunson has looked okay.
Yeah.
His scoring was really good the first 1 or 2 games. He didn't shoot well in their last game that they just lost. I think he shot 8 for 21 from the field. He had 20 points, 18 points.
That's gross.
So hot and cold. Obviously, team chemistry's a little low probably. It's like in 2K when you make all the trades and team plays like trash because the chemistry's low. So they have plenty of time to pick it up. The in-season tournament starts soon, which is something that I'm picking up because I just saw it last night.
Yeah.
The Knicks do play the Sixers. That will be their first matchup with the new rosters. I think it's November 12th. It's the first game of the.
Oh wow! So that's really right there.
Of the NBA Cup, as they call it now. So that's a game to look forward to. I think that's a good kind of placeholder game for the Knicks. And the Sixers probably too at that point.
Let's hope we got the Stars back.
Yeah, it's a good checkpoint. I feel like for both teams to see how they kind of work against each other, because they're the two biggest question marks in the East right now.
Yeah, for real. I like how you say they're both question marks, especially the Sixers, because I was a guy who thinking all right, are we really gonna call them a question mark? They don't even have both of their stars. But after watching these first 3 games, besides the loss to the Raptors, I mean, we should have had that game.
Yeah, that game was given away late.
I wasn't mad about the loss to the Bucks, and I was ecstatic about that game, about the Pacers.
Yeah.
Especially right towards the end. I mean, everyone just fought. But especially that loss to the Bucks.
Yeah.
I felt like the whole game, from the start to the finish, the bench squad, and obviously our boy Tyrese Maxey,
of course, yeah,
just didn't give up. It was it was so hard to
It was high
stop.
energy.
Yeah.
Very high energy.
It's hard to stop when Damian Lillard just decides to kill the Sixers in the beginning of the season.
He was doing whatever
he
wanted to in that game.
And then you got a 6'11", demigod just running down the paint.
Yeah, run and dunk man, as he's known, to James Harden.
So that's why I really wouldn't call them a question mark anymore, because even though they don't have these 2 stars, I feel like they're still playing really, really good. So it's interesting to see how they'll be, especially when the stars come back.
Yeah. That would be the reason why I would label them a question mark, because they've looked fine. They look good. I wouldn't say Maxey is a guy that couldn't lead this. I mean, it's a talented roster.
Yeah, very.
It's not like, it's Embiid, Maxey, and PG, and then they have like one semi-star, and then it's a fall off. Like, it's a very well-rounded roster. It was very surprising to see the minutes that Nick Nurse decided to give guys like KPJ and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't expecting him to be a part of the rotation the way he is right now.
Yeah, I don't mind it though.
But he's looked good,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's an important factor is when your 8 and 9 guys start to look good, you know that you have a real team. That's what you think of when you talk about the Celtics and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You can go 9 guys deep in the bench, and that 9th guy or that 8th guy is Peyton Pritchard.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I guess a year ago it was, probably not now, but it's like when that happens, your team can be scary.
Yeah.
But you need the stars to show up at the end of the day. They can be as much or as least of a question mark as you want them to be.
Mm-hmm.
If the stars don't show up, they're not winning a championship.
No.
Tyrese Maxey's not winning you a championship by himself.
No.
Even with this roster. It's a great roster.
Mm-hmm.
The Sixers play, I believe, Wednesday and then like Friday or Saturday this week, remaining of the week. And just today, Embiid and Paul George are both out for the Pistons game, which they were supposed to play in. Embiid was supposed to play in that game. But they're both confirmed out. I read whatever article ESPN put out with the Nick Nurse interview about it. He kind of just skipped over it. Kind of just said, he's going to work with the team that he has for the time being. It's interesting. They're in a weird spot. It's a bad spot to be.
It's really not. Like, they're working out before the game. They're during, like, they're involved in practice.
They're both on the bench. They're both on the. I mean, Embiid has more texts than minutes played so far this season, which is outrageous, by the way.
That's hilarious.
But like, at a certain point, you have to kind of like. I get Embiid. I get the agenda, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to be healthy for the playoffs. I get it. I understand that you haven't really been. You maybe had one run in your career that you've been healthy. You've had multiple seasons missing half or the entire year.
Mm-hmm.
He's only how old is he? He's like 30 years old, right?
He's really not.
So you've had 8 seasons in the league. You've spent probably 4 or 5 of them hurt.
Mm-hmm.
He's played 50% of his total games available in his career, or just under. So it gets to a certain point where it's like, okay, I get that you want to be healthy for the playoffs, but you gotta play. Because at a certain point as a superstar, you start to miss games. You can't bank on yourself being ready to go.
Literally what I was just about to say.
That's what worries me about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not saying Embiid doesn't have the drive to win, because we both agreed in our last episode that he looked very poised, especially in the playoffs versus the Knicks, to go through what he went through with Bell's palsy and the knee stuff. But at what point do you start to get worried about, like, okay, if you don't play these significant minutes in the regular season, like, these guys are going to kill you in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be adjusted yet.
No, that's literally what I was just about to say. I mean, we saw it kind of with Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
Guy missed all of, the start of the season, came back, and he looked really sloppy.
Yeah.
Then he started to pick it up, and then he got hurt again.
Exactly.
So, I mean...
And that was a weird injury, too. It doesn't have to be a major injury. Last year in the playoffs, Kawhi Leonard, he played game 1 just fine.
Yep.
I don't remember if he played game 2. If he did, he came out.
Yeah.
And he just sat.
I literally think that, yeah.
And I mean, that situation is so weird in itself. And that could be a whole nother, topic of conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But, you got to play.
No. Yeah.
I'm wearing his jersey right now. So it's not like I hate the guy. I love Joel Embiid as a basketball player.
Yeah.
And I understand. And I'm probably more me and you are more understanding than the average NBA fan with this stuff because he plays for our team.
Yeah.
But you gotta play. You've gotta play.
Yeah,
I don't care how old you are, how many games you missed.
There's no quit.
You're
a
former MVP. You're an All-NBA player. You're a former All-Defensive player. You have 3 MVP nominations in your career. You're an 8-time, what is he, a 7 or 8-time All-Star.
Yeah.
Like, this is 6 or 7 consecutive All-Star seasons. You're a 2-time scoring champ. I get you've been hurt, but you're one of the best players in the NBA.
Yep.
You've got to play.
There's no quit, yeah.
Giannis Antetokounmpo in the last season had Achilles tendonitis in both legs, and he's playing. The man could have lost both of his legs to injury, a season-ending injury, and he's playing.
All Joel Embiid talked about in the offseason and how he changed. He has a different mindset.
He's lighter.
He wants to win a championship. You talk about Giannis. That's a guy who really wants to win a championship.
Exactly.
He's literally. This could be a little. He's kind of putting his career on the line.
He has been 100%.
I mean, this is one of the best players we've ever seen.
Yeah.
In how many years of basketball? Since how many? I mean,
he's been one of the best,
and he's putting his career on the line.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a guy who wants to win a championship,
and he's proved that too. Because you know what, he did do it.
Exactly.
He did do it. You know, you go back and you think of that 2021 year when they won the championship, and you think of him. Just, I mean, he wasn't super banged up. He did get hurt in those playoffs, but he just kept going. He didn't let it go.
Exactly.
His team was eliminated early in the playoffs, the 2 years before. You know, they were starting to talk about, Giannis can't get to the finals. He can't do it. He can't win it. They were talking about Giannis is going to the Warriors. He's going to the Lakers. And what did he do? He came back.
Yep.
He played. Even when he was banged up, he played. He brought his team to the championship, and he won. And you think of his performance, and it's not something that's unobtainable for Joel Embiid to do.
It's not.
Especially with his roster.
Especially with his roster now.
It's not.
No
I
question.
get the Celtics are a great team, but and listen, they've looked spectacular. They look like the best team in the league. I'm not convinced that the Celtics are easily putting away the Sixers in 7 games until I see Joel Embiid and Paul George play. Because they've looked fine.
Agree. No, I completely agree.
Tyrese Maxey, if he had shot like 10-15% better, would be averaging probably 36 points.
No, yeah,
he just unfortunately shot 10 of 31 in the season opener.
Yeah.
You know, he shot Halloween in the season opener. You know, and I'll let Paul George go for now because Paul George is like 36 years old. He's like 35 years old. But like a bone bruise, come on, man. You gotta get going.
Yeah, no, come on.
You just signed a $200 million deal at 35 years old. Joel Embiid, you just signed a $193 million deal. You got to get on the floor.
There's no, yeah.
Because once you start getting, they're going to get fined for it. The Sixers are going to get fined if they keep sitting their stars, especially national TV games.
And we saw what happened with Ben Simmons. How did he feel about getting those fines? He got frustrated.
Exactly.
He got even more frustrated. How do you think Embiid's going to feel about that?
Yeah, like... there's no way that you're okay. It's so weird because it feels like he's just okay with it.
Yep.
Well, like when I see pictures of him on the sideline, the one picture that is stuck in my mind from the article I read about him sitting out Wednesday is him, you know, he's sitting on the bench, he's cheesing, he's in a little grout fit, he's in all gray, he's got a hoodie on, hands in the pockets, he's leaning back. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like if you're going to be there. It's good that you're there. It's great. I'm glad that you're happy, but like once you start missing these games, you already have the NBA's policy of what is it? The 20 game missed games? Is it 20 missed games?
Yeah, I think
I forget how many it is.
6 is your cap, right?
Okay, so like 22 missed games.
Yeah.
22 missed games. Either way, you're already a fifth of the way there. We're a week in the season. You're going to be a fifth of the way there. You've already missed 4 games, maybe even a fifth. They play the Grizzlies on Saturday. Like, is he really coming back to play the Grizzlies? Is he coming back to play a West Coast team?
I doubt it.
What does he want to?
Does he really want to play the 7'4" rookie that's probably going to run the league in a couple of years? I mean, we'll see.
I mean,
along with the other 7'4".
Yeah, it's going to, I'll let it go if he comes back on Saturday. And, you know, he plays a couple, because I don't think it's a back-to-back. So, like, you know, he gets 3 or 4 games under his belt. I'm sure they have a November back-to-back at some point that he's going to sit out for. One thing that wasn't clarified for that either was, are you going to miss both games or are you going to play one game?
Yeah.
Like, are you going to play the first or the second game or are you just going to sit out both?
Yeah, what is with, what is with
So, like,
thought he was going to play one, miss one. But
that's what I thought, but now that I'm thinking about it, it's like he never specified that he was playing at all in a back-to-back. That's another 20 games worth of back-to-backs. They have like 12 back-to-backs.
Yeah, that's...
And if those back-to-backs are versus East teams, like, that's not good.
Yeah, no, it's...
So it sucks it sucks as a Sixers and a basketball fan, because he just, like, it feels like the Sixers write the stories for themselves.
Yeah.
Like, the guy, all people talk about is the guy misses games, and now he's like holding the franchise hostage to miss games. So if he's not back Saturday, like, it's gonna get embarrassing for the Sixers.
No, it really is.
How can your superstar not play the first 5 games of the season?
Mm-hmm.
He's not coming off. He's not fresh off of surgery. He's not Kawhi Leonard.
No.
He is not fresh off of surgery. He played in the Olympics. He played significant minutes. He played well in those significant minutes. He practices every day of every week.
That's what I do not understand.
But he's not playing.
What is... You practice... You do pregame with them. Like
he's out there before the game.
He's out there, picking shorts and doing free throws. Like, oh my gosh, him and George, they're both. I really don't understand, and I really wonder if George doesn't play on Saturday either, and they both just miss those 5 or 6 games. I mean, that's what I wonder how it's gonna be.
It's just so weird. It's so weird because it's like, what's going on behind the scenes?
Yeah.
Like, is Embiid going to Paul George and he's like, yo, like, I'm not playing Saturday. Are you playing? And he's like, probably not. No.
Dude,
is that the conversation that we've gotten to as a Sixers organization?
Like you said, Embiid never specified what he was gonna do.
Yeah.
They just came out and they're like, oh yeah, we're both just not.
After he boasted the whole offseason that he's 30 pounds lighter, he's in the best shape of his career.
Mm-hmm.
He's ready to win a championship. He's gonna be healthy for the playoffs.
It was like after the Olympics, the fire and is just like burned right out. It was like, oh, I'm back.
Even media day, he was fine at media day. He was talking to all the reporters. There's like 15 million clips that I'm seeing on my feed of like Embiid at media day talking all this crazy stuff, and you're missing all these games. You missed a game. The Bucks game is an important game to miss.
Yeah,
that's one of your biggest games of the season. You only play the Bucks twice or 3 times at most.
Mm-hmm.
You don't play them 4 times. Like you play the Knicks 4 times.
Yeah.
Like you play the Celtics 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
The Raptors just beat you. You have to see them 3 more times.
Yep.
The Nets just beat the Bucks last night. You have to see them 4 times. So it's like, okay, I get it right now, but you gotta come back eventually.
Yeah.
This isn't like this is not, you can play the back half of the season. No. Like, that's not how this works. And I think it puts the Sixers, man, we're really going on about the Sixers. I love the Sixers. It puts the organization in a bad point because I feel like you expect them to like do something about it, but they can't because you have $400 million over the next 4 or 5 years sunk into these guys.
Yeah, last thing you need is for
like,
the organization.
Do you really think Nick Nurse is okay with that?
No.
You really think that, like, Daryl Morey might be fine with it. I don't think Daryl Morey cares.
Yeah.
But, like, you really think Nick Nurse is fine
No.
with his MVP? Like, the Sixers should be 3-0 right now. The Bucks game was a winnable game. They had a lead. They had a 10-point lead at one point in that game.
Exactly.
Or an 8-point lead. You were missing 2 25-point per game scorers, and that's generous to Embiid.
Literally, yeah.
Like, that's generous to Joel Embiid because he in himself is a 10-point swing from 25 points.
Dude, average 33 points. What was it, 30?
I mean, it was like 34.6. It was in like
okay.
30 games, almost 40 games.
Yeah. But up until that point, I mean, he was averaging like.
Yeah, he averaged 4. I always say it. It's my favorite Instagram comment line. Joel Embiid averaged 40 points in the month of December. He averaged 40, 12, and I think 5 with like 2 blocks on high percentages, and they won their games.
That's ridiculous.
They were, what were they, 31-8 with Embiid.
Unreal. It was unreal.
31-8.
Like
they were 31-8
like
with Embiid.
That's oh my gosh, it's unreal.
That's a 60-win season pace.
That's unheard of.
That's second in the East pace.
Yeah.
Like, it was an unfortunate turn, the West Coast trip, off the back-to-back, freak injury with Draymond Green, and in Golden State in a meaningless West Coast game that derailed that. But
yeah.
That can't be the excuse for much longer.
You gotta come back.
For much longer. It can't be the excuse.
You gotta play.
You gotta play basketball at some point. At some point this year. Like, at least by the NBA Cup, you've got to be up and going. And I have a feeling that he's not gonna care about the NBA Cup because he's gonna say, "Oh, well, what kind of championship is that? I want to win real championships."
Yeah.
That's not the point.
That's really it's not.
That's not the point. Look at who was in the finals last year for the Cup. The Pacers. Where did the Pacers finish in the playoffs? The Eastern Conference Finals.
Exactly.
Tyrese Halliburton is 23 years old, and he's gotten farther than Joel Embiid in the playoffs.
And that's not crazy.
It's ridiculous. Like the in-season cup or the NBA Cup, I'm gonna call it that a billion times. The NBA Cup does matter because it shows that you want to win.
They're still regular season games, right?
Exactly. Like if you want to prove that you're a winning team, show up for that. Like show up for that. Like they will play the Knicks in the cup. Beat the Knicks.
Yeah,
they just kicked your butt in the playoffs. In Game 6, they kicked your butt and they sent you home. Josh Hart, who is a bum role player, waved goodbye to the Philadelphia fans.
Like
on your court.
If that doesn't make you mad, if that doesn't
And what's the response coming in this year? Joel Embiid sitting out,
laughing on the bench, just doesn't care.
It's definitely frustrating. It'll be fine if they come back and play, but he's due to miss. Like he's probably not going to make the thresholds for the awards, which is so stupid because I get that you don't care. I get that you won your MVP and you're fine with that and you've made all NBA first teams, but like dude, it's something that he should be proud of doing.
Like you're getting paid to do this.
Again, like this is another thing that I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, you want to prove that you're one of the best players in the league. Go get the award. I get you already won one. Like, it's cool that you won one. You're one of the, however many MVPs there's been. You're one of the top, 100 players in NBA history because you've won an MVP. You have to be one of the top 100 if you've won an MVP. People will definitely disagree with that. But it's like, dude, there's nothing wrong with trying to strive to make all NBA first team because you're one of those guys.
How would you feel to just be called the best center in the league?
Like you're one of those guys right now.
How would you feel?
Especially with how bad the Nuggets are playing. Like it's positionless this year. You have the golden opportunity to take a spot from the guy who's been taking your spot.
Exactly.
The guy who's been kicking your butt in that category.
Exactly. There's just no.
It's like, come on, man. You'll get the All-Star. I get if you play, you'll get the All-Star selection. That's cool. You'll be a 9-time All-Star. But they would once. I guess he's not concerned with how he'll be thought of after retirement. But they will consider that when you look at how great a player is. They are going to look at your first team selections, your All NBA selections. And it's not even like, oh, you have to be first team. Go get a third team. You're a top 15 player if you just play your games.
Exactly.
There's no world where Joel Embiid isn't a top 15 player in the NBA if he meets that threshold. If he plays 62 games, he's going to be a top 15 player.
Probably run. He's an MVP. He'll probably run away with the MVP.
Honestly, he should. If he plays how he plays, how he's supposed to. Like, it sucks. He better show up for the playoffs. That's all I'm going to say. We have plenty of episodes ahead of us. I'm sure we're going to yap about Joel Embiid a billion minutes this year to compensate for the time he missed last year with them. But, dude, if you're going to miss these games, if you're going to not strive to win any awards, prove that you're the best player, you better average 35 points in the playoffs right out the gate. I don't care who you're playing in the first round. I don't care if the Washington Wizards sneak into the playoffs and you play them in the first round. You better be cooking Alex Sarr every night if you're going to miss these games like that. It's stupid.
It's dumb. It really is.
Yeah, but to go off of the Sixers onto some other different teams, we mentioned the Celtics. The Celtics can go without much talking.
Really?
Best team in the league right now.
They just look unstoppable.
The Cleveland Cavs are undefeated. They're 4-0. Impressive win, I believe, over the Knicks. I'm 90% sure that they beat the Knicks there. Darius Garland had 34 points last night, with 5 assists,
which is great.
And Evan Mobley in their season opener, he had 25 points.
Exactly, which we've been saying in how many episodes of the Cavs.
That's literally what we talked about last episode.
All they needed to do.
Yeah,
they just needed Garland to stay healthy, and that's all he's going to do that. We've seen his All-Star season. He looked amazing.
He was great,
and then he just got hurt, and he didn't play. He got hurt.
So last year's hopefully an anomaly for him because he'll be great.
He'll be great. And then Evan Mobley. We were waiting for him to finally just wake up. Finally just get going. And finally, it's finally working. Him and Jared Allen are finally just figuring out
They're
that.
clicking.
Yeah, exactly.
It's making that season prediction video look horrible right now.
Yeah, that's every
I think
time.
I had him at what did I have him at? Like the 6 or the 7, I think. Right now it looks terrible.
Yeah, but
I'll stand by that prediction. I'll stand on business.
it's the beginning of the season.
Yeah. Long way to go.
Yeah.
But they look good. They look very
do
good.
look
They
really
look
good.
poised. Finally, they look
Yes.
poised. That's what me and you both had said.
Mm-hmm.
Evan Mobley didn't look like he had it in him. Darius Garland, we didn't know what was wrong with him.
Mm-hmm.
They've taken the load off of Donovan Mitchell. I haven't heard too much about Donovan so far this
he's
year.
averaging like 23, which is
Which is
pretty
fine
solid, and
because you
that's-
can have
yeah.
2 other 20-point scorers and a
exactly.
12, 15-point
Mhm.
scorer in Jared Allen. Then you have guys like Karis LeVert and George Yang and stuff like that. So they could be scary. They could definitely.
Mhm.
They'll throw a wrench in the East standings.
Mm-hmm.
And another team that could do that as well. Another team that I'm a little worried about is the Orlando Magic as well.
Yeah,
Because they look good.
They
And
look
one guy in
really
particular
good.
looks good. Our boy Cup of Cast certified.
Yep.
We'll call it the first, second season certified.
Yeah.
Once again, 2-time. Congratulations, by the way, Paulo, if you're watching. 2-time certified Paulo Banchero, first 50 ball of the season, 37 points in the first half.
Yo,
I don't know if it was a triple-double, but he was 1 assist shy of a triple-double if it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
So, 50-point almost triple-double for that boy.
Crazy.
For that man. He's tough.
He is so. Oh my gosh! And if he's gonna be like this, the league is in trouble.
He is tough.
The league is in trouble.
You're right.
The Magic are gonna be
Mm.
scary.
Yeah.
Not right now. I do believe they can be like really, really good. I think they could maybe sneak into a 4 spot.
I could see it, depending on how the East goes. The East is just so good this year.
Yeah.
It's the first time in so long I feel like
Yeah.
the East has been this good.
So it's really unpredictable where someone could fall. I mean, we could finally see like the West like 2 years ago where the Lakers were like a 7 seed and they had they're like 5 games above 500.
Yeah.
Like, that was
Even
crazy.
last year too, where you had like 4 or 5 different teams that were all at 54 wins.
Yeah, like
And it was like, okay, well, who's gonna get what seed? And the Thunder pull away late, and the Wolves slide in at the 2, and it's like, okay, then the defending champions are like the 4 seed now, or the 3 seed, and it was wild.
it is crazy.
So I definitely think that that's what we're gonna get this year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so hard to predict the East. That's
Yeah,
why teams like the Magic and the Cavs can, they can be as high as the 4 seed. Cavs even maybe like the 3 seed if they play like this.
Yeah.
They could be as low as a play-in team if things go wrong, just because there's that many good teams in the East.
No.
You have, healthy Boston, clicking New York Knicks, and you have a healthy Sixers. Those are already your top 3 if they're all healthy and things are going right. If everything's going right and Tyrese Halliburton wants to play basketball, you got to worry about the Pacers with Pascal Siakam. Miles Turner's tough.
Oh my
Andrew
God.
Nembhard's tough.
Yeah.
Benedict Matherin's tough. Oh, my goodness. Benedict Matherin is automatic, by the way.
Oh my!
If anybody needs betting advice.
That's
Benedict
good.
Matherin is always single-digit over-unders for points. And he's a bucket. He is certified a bucket. So,
Those are
but like
those
the
are some
Magic can
Tino's
be
picks
tough.
right there.
Honestly, dude. There's so many teams in the East that can be tough.
Yeah.
The Pacers looked good last night. Tyrese Halliburton had a triple-double last night. I mean, it was like a 18-point triple-double, so it was one of those light ones, but it was still like a 13-assist triple-double. And a lot of people had been like, okay, what's happening to this guy who's so good last year in that first half before his injury. Sticking in the East, I mean, besides that, the Hawks have looked not too good. They've looked pretty bad, honestly.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything about, I'm going to butcher his name. Can't clip this. Ricochet, or however you say it. I don't even want to try his first name. We'll learn it at some point.
Like that. Ricochet.
But he's been quiet. I haven't heard anything about him. Hawks have been all right. Who else? What other teams are in the East? The Heat have been quiet. I haven't heard anything about the Heat.
Yeah, they're like.
Especially our boy Triple J. I haven't heard anything about our boy.
I think they're like 1 and 2.
Yeah,
could
I
be
mean,
wrong.
it's
Yeah.
very early, but it's like I haven't heard anything about them.
You know who else is 1 and 2?
Who?
The Milwaukee Bucks. Or are they 1 and 3?
Yeah. Either way, they have
either
one
way,
win
they
over
have
the
one
Sixers,
win.
of course. Concerning loss to the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets have looked all right.
They have looked all right. They're at like
Cam Thomas has looked good.
he's averaging 30.
Yeah. Dennis Schroeder's looked good.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Simmons would rather do anything but shoot the ball.
Yeah.
Not even shoot the ball, just take a field goal attempt, which is hilarious. They're a calm team. I don't think they're going to be good. I don't really think they're a playing team. I think they're gonna fall outside of it. They should, if we're being real, they should try to be outside of that. Because a guy like Cooper Flagg changes their dynamic completely, especially if they can center around Cam Thomas.
Yes,
they could actually be dangerous with that,
Mm-hmm.
especially with the picks. They have a lot of picks.
Yeah.
Get rid of Ben Simmons' salary, and it's like you got a new opportunity in front of you in Brooklyn.
That's scary.
They could be competitive though. One of those teams that will like fight for it. Same with the Raptors. A team that can be competitive, not a contender in the East, especially not this year. A good team that'll just they'll be there.
Yeah, Scotty's looking really good.
Scotty's look good.
He just improves every year.
Yeah, I mean, it
love
sucks that
that
he's on a team like the Raptors because he's really like the only piece for them right now, the only significant piece. Besides, I can't even think of it. I mean, I guess you could say Grady Dick.
Yeah, and he's shooting better.
Yeah,
He's
just slight improvements.
Minutes,
They got to hit on something big.
Yeah, no,
I think it's got to be a big draft hit. I don't think they're gonna hit anything big significant in the offseason.
No, I don't,
especially after losing Fred.
I don't see what you could trade for too.
No, not real capital there. No. The Wizards have looked fine. I'm actually kind of intrigued with the Wizards this year. Jordan Poole had a good game one of their first games.
Is looking.
Kyle Kuzma had a good game last night or 2 nights ago after he looked bad to start. Bilal Kulabi's playing well. Bub Carrington had some nice minutes the other night. Who's an interesting guy.
Is that their rookie?
He is a rookie. I know. Huh. It doesn't sound real. He sounds like an AI-generated player. No offense, but and Alex Sarr's had some nice minutes. I'm rooting for Alex Sarr.
Yeah, no,
he's my favorite rookie in this class because I think he can be really good.
Yeah, I don't know why. I've just kind of always been like a Kyle Kuzma fan. He's just always kind of been like that.
He's a silly guy.
That's kind of why. He's kind of silly, and then he'll like randomly
Didn't Kyle Kuzma? Did you see that he like retired from pregame fits? What? He said that he was no longer going to be like having anything like crazy going on with his pregame fits
because he was tired of getting flamed for it.
I don't know. It was the weirdest thing ever. I think someone in the comments was like, "Dude, like, what is going on with Kyle Kuzma? Like, I don't know. It was so weird. He's just a silly guy.
Yeah, no,
he does what he wants to do, and he kind of just does it. He's an airball king this year. He was airballing all in the preseason.
Oh my god! That one shot.
He had a couple airballs that I've seen on some clips this year.
Dude, I don't know what it was, but that one like 3-pointer he took like I could be like the top of the key where it was just like whee. Bro, I just looked at it like
yeah.
Like that was crazy.
Silly guy. And then I mean the only other team that I can think of, we might have went over every team in the East really. I don't know if there's any other bright spots besides. The only one I can think of is LaMelo Ball has been playing really well this year. LaMelo. If he stays healthy, could be dangerous.
Yeah, he's playing really, really good.
He's doing what the Hornets need.
Is he not? Is he averaging like
30? He's up 30? At 30, I think.
I thought so.
Because he had a couple 30 balls. But he's like, I think he's like a 30, like 6 and 8 right now, which is great. He could be, I'll save that for later actually. Never mind. Heading out to the West.
If you want to talk about the Bulls.
They've looked fine. Matas Bazulis has been all right.
Yep.
I don't have high hopes for him personally.
Yeah, he was especially Jake Israel. He was a guy who.
That's why I mentioned it. Yeah, I don't see him being more than a standard role player.
He loved that guy, and there was a lot of hype around him. But I'm not saying that he's going to be bad.
No. I'm not wishing anything bad on him at all.
I mean, he's 7 foot. I mean.
Yeah, he's a sneaky athletic guy.
Exactly. He's gonna. I think he'll have a couple highlights, but I don't think he'll be like that.
Yeah, I don't see his ceiling being very high.
Maybe he'll get an all-star.
Maybe not this year.
No,
but maybe. Heading out west. Where do we start with the West? I mean, the Nuggets have looked bad this year so far. Russell Westbrook was not the solution. The shooting is down.
He looks terrible. He needs to just.
Jokic looks fine.
Yeah, he
has a triple-double already this season, maybe 2. But something's wrong there. I don't know what it is. They're just not clicking right now. They've lost a couple games. Slow start. We'll let it go for now. Nothing to be concerned about, like we said. Nothing glaringly terrible. There's no horrible part of that team.
Yeah, it's the beginning of the season.
Just got to be quicker,
We know how the Nuggets are.
Seeing how the West is right now, it's just the only concerning part is like you can't get out slow because you'll be behind.
Exactly.
The Thunder look spectacular right now.
Yep.
The OKC Thunder might be the team to beat. I mean, they might be on par with the Celtics, and that's a big compliment because Shea, I'll give him his props. I don't enjoy giving him his props, but he almost had a 35-point triple-double the other night. Like, he's looked clean. Chet Holmgren is outplaying Victor Wembanyama this year right now. He's averaging 20 points. He's looked good. Jalen Williams, 20-point scorer. His brother has looked all right. Lou Dort has been solid. Isaiah Joe is shooting the ball spectacularly from three. So it's like, dude, they're dangerous.
They look complete. They look complete.
They do. They're scary, man.
They look, like you just said, they look like they can be on par with the Celtics team.
Yeah, them and the T-Wolves are the teams to beat in the West right now.
I think I literally saw like a graphic, literally comparing like the starting five and a six-man of the Thunder.
The Celtics and the Thunder. I saw that as well, yeah.
I mean, they put it in a meme, but...
Yeah, it was like a silly comparison.
But if you think about it, I mean...
It's not wrong.
It's really not wrong.
Yeah.
They look almost identical.
They're built the same way.
Obviously not like point guard, shooting guard. I mean...
No, yeah, I understand.
They got their star.
Mm-hmm.
They got their other stars.
And the Thunder have Hartenstein, too.
Yeah, oh, my God, yeah.
I forgot that he's coming off the bench, dude.
That was everyone's pick. That's why the Thunder were steaming.
Oh, yeah, I forgot he's the biggest free agent signing, right? That's why they won the offseason. But, yeah, the Thunder look good. The Wolves look good. Anthony Edwards is very poised this year. I think he's feeling very confident in himself. And I think it's going to be something that we see throughout the season.
And
he kind of explodes a little bit now.
And with this other guy who he just laid up the ball, Julius Randle.
Yeah, Julius Randle's look good.
They're
confident.
Yeah.
I think the Wolves are confident.
I like that. And
I think that's the difference between like the Wolves and the Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
They're both spectacular teams. The Thunder are more just like a kind of go in, we're going to get our win, and we're just going to get out of there. Where like the Wolves are more of like we're going to go in and we're going to try and kill you. We're going to try and murder your team.
I love that.
Like, that's the energy that I get from them. And I think it's great. I think they're going to... I can't wait for them to play. I can't wait for those teams to play. I'm watching that game for sure.
Oh, it's going to be so fire.
It's going to tell us a lot about the West. The Suns are hooping this year.
They're going crazy.
They're going off. Like,
KD's doing KD.
Dude, KD is pure hoops. I did not know KD didn't have like a wife or a girlfriend or kids or anything.
That's all he does.
That's wild.
He just
shout out KD, man.
Himself and his hoops and his mom.
Shout out KD,
Shout out KD, bro.
That's great.
That man is just loaded.
Yeah.
Like, what does he be spending his money on?
I was gonna say, bro doesn't have anything to spend money on.
I bet you he just be. I wonder what he does. Like, don't you
what does KD do besides play basketball? I don't think he does. He's on the. We are gonna find out what KD does. He's on the second season of that one show. What's the show called? With the NBA players on Netflix.
Oh.
He's on the second season of that. They picked him for it.
Oh, what is he gonna do? Like forwards or whatever? Is that what they're gonna be? Like, I know they do like quarterback.
No.
Like
It's I don't know what it's called, or it's just called Starting Five, isn't it?
Oh, is that okay?
Yeah, it's
Oh
who
yeah.
is it?
I saw like the lineup. It was tough. It was like Tatum,
Halliburton. Someone was raging over Halliburton. Or no, it's the second season. It's the second season.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Tatum and Sabonis for the first season, and like LeBron, Jimmy Butler, I think. But the second season is Halliburton. KD's on it. I honestly don't. I think Anthony Davis. I have no idea. I don't know.
I didn't even know. I gotta tune into this.
But yeah. So we will find out what KD's doing in his free time, I guess. Probably just hooping. That's where I think I saw it. I saw someone say in the comments, they were like, dude, all KD does is just hoop. He has no wife or girlfriend. What are they gonna record? So that was funny. But yeah. So
maybe we'll see some raps.
Maybe
he does a little music.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
I need to know what they do. If they bring on Damian Lillard. That'll be tough.
That would be interesting. That would actually be really cool. But before we get into Peanuts picks, good segment about the NBA there for sure. What I think we are gonna go with, we're gonna do an early prediction for a first-time All-Star. First-time All-Star.
Okay, I like this.
So I'll let you go first.
All right,
I don't know if you might have a better pick than me.
Nah, low key, I think you're gonna have a pretty crazy, good crazy pick.
Okay.
But low key, the only person like that I could think of right now, I'm gonna go with Cam Thomas.
I like that.
I mean, we've seen this guy just average 27. Like he was last year?
It was last year. Yeah,
he was averaging.
It was
30.
around there, definitely.
He was averaging near 30, and it was just he couldn't shoot. It was like he went from averaging like 30 a game, and then he just couldn't shoot.
Yeah.
So
Averages are up. Splits are up.
everything is up right now. I
Mhm.
think this Nets team, like we said, are looking a lot better.
Yeah.
So maybe I think having if Schroeder's going to be that good,
Mm-hmm.
Cam Johnson. Who else is on that team?
Nick Claxton.
Nick Claxton. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. That's
Ben
why
Simmons.
Ben Simmons. I think the vibes will be up. I think he'll be in a better place. I don't think he'll be as frustrated. But
Yeah.
I think now that Mikal's also off the reins, that gives him a lot more chances to
For sure.
score the ball. So
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll see. The Nets won't be that good, but I think we'll see him be good. So he'll get that All-Star nod.
I can see that for sure. For my pick, I have a couple guys in mind. Some guys more obvious than others, but I'm going to go with a decent one. Of them I think is going to be decently pretty silly and might look really bad in retrospect because we're only a week in. But this is a curveball to you because I did not mention him earlier.
Oh, okay. I like this.
I'm going to go with Norman Powell
Dude,
to make his first All-Star appearance this year.
I love it.
He's averaging 27 points for the first week. He just had 37 a couple days ago.
That
He's
man
cooking.
was shooting the lights out.
Listen, he's not a passer. He's not a rebounder. He's not a great defender. But he shoots the ball.
But he can shoot the ball.
He shoots the damn ball.
Kyle Korver got an All-Star nod
Exactly.
just for shooting the ball.
He can do it.
If Norman Powell can stay this good at shooting and shoot like 44% up until the All-Star.
Yeah. From three?
From three.
That would be tough, dude. 44%, he'd probably be averaging 30 points. I mean, as long as Kawhi's out, he has that opportunity.
Yeah, no, I don't.
So,
I don't see why he can't. After that, it's Terrence Mann and Amir Coffey.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't see why he can't. I mean, I don't expect. I do expect. No. I'm gonna complete. I was gonna say no. I do expect it. I was gonna say I don't.
Confidence. Confidence.
I was gonna say I don't think he's gonna take this many shots. No. If Kawhi's out, there's no reason he shouldn't be taking this many shots.
Exactly.
If he's going to make him, if he's going to score 30, 40 a night.
Yeah.
Or not 40 a night. If he's
40 a night would be crazy. I mean, damn, he almost had 40.
If he's going to score 40 in a night, there's no reason he shouldn't be shooting the ball way more.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
44 is a little outrageous. I like those
picks.
But
I think those are solid picks. I think those are not too outrageous. No. I mean, Norman Powell is kind of crazy, not going to lie, but
hey, we'll see.
I'm thinking to last year, I mean, the NBA always has a weird All-Star selection for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
For no reason. There's no reason that Victor Wembanyama shouldn't have been an All-Star last year. I'm not going to lie.
I don't care that he's a rookie. There's
I mean, he was in the Rising Stars thing, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't he in the skills competition too? I forget. I think he was.
I think so.
I feel like I remember him in the skills competition. But whatever. We'll go to Peanuts picks next.
All right, let's do it.
For those who don't know, this week we're not doing a starting five. We're just drafting five. But it is me and Shaun go back and forth. We take 5 picks from a selected category. Category can be anything in the world. Just has to be basketball related. This week, if you haven't noticed so far in the almost an hour worth of recording, we are wearing basketball jerseys this week for the first time ever, I will add.
Yep.
One reason for that is because Halloween's coming up, and what's more iconic than a boy wearing a basketball jersey on Halloween? And to go along with that, jerseys are just cool. So this week, there's before I'll preface this before we get to our category. There is no sports league that does jerseys cleaner than basketball. By the way,
Yep.
I don't care how bad people want to say the recent jerseys have been trashed, the city jerseys. There's still no league that comes close.
Completely disagree. And this could be a little biased.
You know why?
Why is that?
Before you get into the bias. Because the MLB was on par, I would say, but they flopped this year. The City Connects this year flopped.
I love that.
They were terrible.
I love that. I was literally...
even with the Phillies one that kind of grew on me, it's still not a good jersey. I still don't like it. I don't think it looks good.
That don't a knock girl on me at all.
I accept it as a jersey, but I don't like it. I think it flopped.
Yeah, no.
I was so hyped for that, man. They made me wait 3 years for that.
They could have done so much more.
They made me wait 3 years for that jersey. And they came out with that. I'm sick of it. The Dodgers got a new one. Why can't we get a new one?
Right?
Anyway, go on.
The bias I was going to say is the Sixers, what are they, statement jerseys? City, whatever the...
Which ones?
You know how they have that... You know how they had the Boathouse Row?
I think there's considered the City ones.
The City?
Yeah.
They have not missed in a single City jersey.
I think they have one of the best consistent rotations. I mean, the first one... what did they have? I think the first one was that weird gray static one.
Yeah,
which was all right.
with the bell around.
Yeah, with the
That was
circle of
okay.
the
I didn't
stars
mind
and the
that.
stuff.
That was okay.
That was all right. And then I don't remember what they had from there. I don't think the red ones were the city jerseys.
No.
But then and I don't remember what 2020 was.
Was that the?
Oh, it
Boathouse?
was it was the cream City of Brotherly Love.
Yeah.
With the cursive. Not the ones with James Harden.
Yeah.
The ones with after Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
With Ben Simmons.
With Ben Simmons.
And then after that was Boathouse Row.
That was my favorite.
Which was fire.
Me, you, and just got a shirt.
Yes.
So tough.
They're fire. After Boathouse Row, it was. I can't remember what came first. I think it was the Spectrum, right?
Yeah.
Those were my favorite ones. I loved the Spectrum ones.
That grew on me so
They
much.
were so nice.
I
with
saw
the
it.
rainbow down the side.
I didn't really like
and the court.
Yeah, I didn't like it, and then I'm just watching the
so
game,
tough.
and I'm like, oh
I
my
love
god,
them.
this is so
They
tough.
were my favorites.
Yeah, that was nice.
And then you had the cursive Brotherly Love with James Harden. And then we had, was that last year's?
No,
and then we had Reading Terminal, which I really liked them as well.
Yeah, that was cool, and I like the court with that.
Do they
too.
have new ones this year? Are they out yet or no?
I haven't seen.
I don't think so,
I don't
right?
think so, but I'm.
I know they got leaked, I thought, but I forget if they ever actually officially came out. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either, but
Casuals.
I'm looking. I'm looking forward to 'em.
Either way, I agree with you. They've hit on like 4 straight, dude. They're all tough. I think they do the best job of like tying in with the city.
Yeah.
Cause like you gotta think, bro. Like, there's no way the Knicks can't tie their jerseys into their city somehow. Like that, they just had that bum like raised font. I hate that. It's so stupid. Like, what is New York about that?
You know what I want to see?
I mean, I don't live in New York, so I don't get it. But like,
you always see the posts about like, NBA times MLB collab. Like, what if they switch jerseys? Why don't we see that?
That'd be cool.
Like, why don't we see
some of that would be cool, but some of that would be trash.
No,
dude.
yeah, I only say that because I'm thinking of the Sixers and the Phillies. Oh
Dude, I thought of the
God.
Sixers and the Eagles right away. I thought of how trash a Kelly Green Sixers jersey would look. That would be awful.
blue.
I don't know why I thought of that, but
blue, red, and white. And
I can't imagine seeing Joel Embiid wearing green.
No, I can just.
Never mind.
See him wearing a nice, like, you remember Kutch in those nice throwback
the
maroons?
maroon ones.
Throw that on a Sixers jersey.
That'd be nice.
That's
or
so.
the baby blues. That'd be cool.
Bro,
that'd be a cool spin.
Bro, put the red like this, and then just put like.
I mean, you know what would come before that. Before they would do any Sixers or Eagles or any collab, it would be the retro Sixers ones, the Iverson jerseys.
Oh, they're coming. They're coming.
Allegedly, they are coming. You're right.
Ooh,
so we'll see about them. Those would be tough. I like to see them
next year.
So before we got sidetracked, we'll go into Peanuts picks. So we're gonna go back and forth. We're gonna draft 5 of a certain category. This week's category is going to be NBA jerseys.
Yeah. Go with the most iconic jerseys all time.
It could be iconic. It could be, what you think is the toughest, what you think is the best looking.
I got you.
Go for it. I'll give you first pick.
All right, so I'm going to go with the first jersey that I ever owned. It doesn't really bring significance to me. I always remembered it being the first. It was a yellow 24 Kobe Bryant jersey.
That's a great pick. I was thinking of the Lakers too right away.
It was a newer one though. It was like one of the when Adidas.
No, they're nice too.
Yeah, when Adidas sponsored the jerseys, which, oh man, I love those jerseys.
Yeah, they're
God,
nice.
I miss those days.
They were nice for sure.
People hate on the sleeves. Oh, just wait until later in this draft. I'm about to make an unreal pick that people are gonna hate because they hated these. But anyway, let me not. I get sidetracked so easily.
All right.
That's honestly also an iconic jersey.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking of right away.
Everyone's like first jersey too. I mean, you can go with the 8. You can go with the purple. You can go with the old like
the purple.
Yellow.
Definitely the purple.
Like that. That's just one of the all-time jerseys.
There's a lot of good NBA jerseys.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I'll go. You know what? Oh man, it's like, do I want to go for what I like or do I want to go for iconic jerseys?
Hey, you got 5 more picks.
I do have 5 picks, so I'll go with. I'm gonna take the Iverson Sixers ones.
Yeah,
I think that's one of the retro jerseys that a lot of people agree is just it's spectacular. It needs to come back.
I think if not, everyone owned that jersey at one point.
Oh yeah,
I definitely.
Everybody wanted to own one at least.
Exactly. All right, now I'm so glad. This is about to be one of the most controversial picks of all time. But
I was trying to think of which team you're taking for it.
I loved seeing LeBron in these jerseys.
Okay. I knew it was going one of 2 ways, but I didn't know which way.
The sleeved black Los Heat jerseys.
Oh, that was not what I was thinking.
From
man.
2014.
I was thinking the Cavs there.
No.
Wow. Okay, so you did go with that.
Everyone
Okay.
hated the sleeves,
man.
bro. I loved it.
That's a crazy pick.
The Cavs had a really good sleeve jersey.
Oh man, I thought for sure it was going Cavs once I heard LeBron.
I didn't even like.
No, I'm not. I don't hate that pick at all. That's a confident pick.
Dude,
I like that pick.
Just something about just that. Like,
Oh man, you're getting clipped for that one.
Yeah,
I'm already
no,
thinking
for
of
sure.
it. I'm
You know
clipping you for that
You know
one.
who the first person that comes to mind every time I see that jersey? Norris Cole.
Oh wow, that's basketball knowledge. There.
Norris Cole.
That's ball knowledge.
Norris Cole.
That's
I
real
had
ball
no
knowledge.
Clue. Shout out Norris Cole. And
Shout
Mario
out Norris Cole.
Morris Chalmers. Mario Chalmers.
Wow,
Key
the
role
Los
players in
Heat
that,
black sleeves.
Dude, I love those
I don't hate
jerseys.
that. I don't hate that at all. Let's see. Where am I going? Oh man, I have a couple in mind. The Heat have had a lot of good jerseys.
The
in
Heat
the
have
past.
had a lot of
You know
good
what I'm
jerseys.
taking? Give me the Give me the 90s home Bulls red jersey. I think that's what the Lakers is. It's like that's
no.
when you think of a basketball jersey.
It's just iconic.
You think of Michael Jordan.
The sharp red with the 23 on it.
Yeah.
Bulls right across the chest. That's iconic right
Mhm.
there.
Definitely.
There's nothing. All right. Now, you're talking about
This is a tough draft, man.
Now I don't want to do this, but this jersey, one is iconic to our boy, Toby, and two, it is just
Okay, I know where you're
one
going.
of the most beautiful jerseys
I know
ever.
where you're
So
going.
I hate to go back to the same team, but when you have a Vice City jersey,
Yeah.
oh my gosh,
Which one though are we thinking? Because there's a couple good options that I would accept all of them.
I'm going with the one that Toby has, the turquoise one.
The blue
that
one, okay,
only
yeah.
One, just because I remember just seeing Toby just wear that all the time in the summer
Mhm.
when, especially when we go to Steady Anton's house.
Yeah.
But I also remember when I bought 2K20
Yeah.
and I saw Dwayne Wade in the
Mhm.
cover athlete and I
Yeah.
saw him in that jersey.
Was he
when
in a couple different jerseys for that cover?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I'm thinking of the cover of him in the black one.
Yeah,
I like the black
I was
one
gonna
as well.
literally say, I think there's one of him in the black one too.
Yeah.
That one was pretty cool too.
Yeah.
But I like the nice turquoise, like yellow, orangey on the
Mm-hmm.
chest.
Yeah.
That was just a nice jersey.
I got you. I like that pick. I
Mhm.
definitely like that pick. That's a great pick, actually. I'm gonna go. Oh man, I have a couple in my head. I think I can wait on a couple of them. I'm gonna go with the. I can't decide whether I want the modern or the retro ones. I'm gonna go with the traditional. We're gonna go again to the '90s. I'm taking the Utah Jazz. With the mountains, the purple and the mountains.
Yes.
I like them.
Oh my god, I love that.
The modern ones, I like them too.
Yeah.
But I'll go with the old school ones.
Mhm.
Might as well.
Shout out Utah. Utah Hockey Club.
The Utah Yetis future, potentially.
Bruh, I won't. I was just like, what? What is that team? And I didn't know that was the Coyotes now. But anyway, I'm gonna
Pick
go.
number 4. Here we go.
I'm gonna go with another jersey with mountains on it. This time I'm gonna go with a Minnesota Timberwolves from the '90s.
Yep.
Kevin Garnett.
With the wolf and the trees.
Yep. I
Mhm.
love, bro, that logo. Oh my gosh, I loved, especially 2K16. If
Oh,
you
yeah.
remember
Mhm.
the pregame when
Yeah.
they would have the anime. Oh my
Yeah,
god, when
yeah.
the wolf popped out.
Yeah,
Oh
and it was like that 3D
In the-
logo
in the-
and stuff.
They're not mountains. They're trees. I'm silly.
I mean, I felt like there
But I
might
thought
have been
there was, like, a
mountains.
mountain
Maybe
or
in the
something.
background.
Yeah, but I love that wolf popping
Yeah.
out. And if you
Mhm.
just remember just Kevin Garnett, like,
Yeah.
oh my god, shout out Brian, that's his boy. But I literally could sit down and watch a Tim
Oh,
Duncan,
you just gave
Kevin
me a
Garnett.
great. You just gave me a great pick, by the way. Thank you very much for mentioning that.
I could sit down and watch a whole highlight reel of just Kevin Garnett and Tim Duncan just
Of course.
in the post.
Of course. 2
mid-range.
all-time greats. No doubt about it.
Love that.
Gave me a great idea here for my 4th pick. I know I'm running down on options. There's too many options for what I have left. But now this is another one the NBA teams have done a great job of modernizing retro jerseys.
Mm-hmm.
I like the modern version of this one better. I think it's cleaner. I'm going with the modern Houston Rockets alternate with the blue pinstripes and the rocket ship.
Oh yeah, I love that.
You brought up Brian.
Yeah.
I immediately thought of Yao Ming, pictured
Yeah.
the jersey, and I'm like, wait, I like Jalen Green with that jersey better anyway. So I'll take that one.
I was thinking that you were gonna go with the red with like the yellow around it or something like that.
Oh yeah,
Like
I don't like that jersey.
Really?
Honestly, I don't
I
really
like
like.
those.
Like it's an iconic jersey.
Yeah.
I think more of Hakeem Olajuwon when I think of
Yeah.
that.
Totally.
But something about the blue pinstripes. Eddie Stan kind of ruined that jersey for me because when he got that one. But I love the blue with the pinstripes. Yeah, think of Eddie. You get some ideas here. This is the final pick, by the way. This is the final pick.
That's what I'm saying, and that's so tough because I just thought of so many nice purple jerseys.
Interesting.
And I had it. I wore a nice purple jersey.
Oh my goodness, there's so many good jerseys.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
There's so many good jerseys,
like,
man.
am I really? I'm gonna snub so many. There's so many good jerseys.
There are so many good jerseys.
You know, I think I'm gonna have to do it. It's a pretty iconic jersey. The man just got inducted into the rafters for his team too. Mr. Air Canada, I loved those purple.
Oh man, how did we
Toronto-
wait so long to pick? I wasn't even thinking of that. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I was thinking the Rockets, and I'm like, yo, didn't the Rockets have a purple jersey? Like I could be tweaking, but
I don't think so.
But I thought I saw Steve Francis in like a purple jersey, and then I
stayed
was
in
like,
Houston long as Steve Francis. Shout out Steve Francis.
and then I was like, oh, I literally wore this in an episode in season 1.
Yeah, that's.
The
I'm surprised
yeah.
we forgot about that, dude.
Oh my god, the
Man,
purple
NBA
Toronto
casuals are gonna
Raptors
hate that,
jerseys.
dude.
My god, they're so tough.
Yeah, they're definitely tough.
Something about purple too. It just looks nice.
Man,
And I think the Raptors, don't they have an alternate jersey? This like the current.
it's
Raptors?
a modernized version.
Yeah.
of it, but I can't remember if it's purple. Because I know they have the black one.
Yeah, don't they have like a gold one too?
Yeah, it's gold and black. But it has pinstripes and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man, who am I going with here? I'll go with a personal favorite here, one that I absolutely love. I'm going with the black, the first iteration of this because there's been a couple iterations, but I'm going with the 2021, the Black Suns alternate or the City Edition with the Valley on it.
Yeah,
I love that one.
I love those jerseys.
And I love that they've kept it around.
Yeah, I love that. I also like their teal one too.
Yeah, they're nice
yeah,
as
Suns
well.
all right, I hate doing this, but I feel like we need to do an honorable mention because I really want to mention.
We
this
can do
jersey.
an honorable mention.
All right.
I don't disagree with that.
I want to pick a current jersey, just get like the current modern,
Yeah.
love. I think they were last year's Indiana Pacers City jerseys, the yellow,
The all yellow?
and blue. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I love those jerseys for some reason, and I felt like every time I saw Halliburton wear that jersey, he just went completely off.
Something about the yellow jerseys.
But it was just something about that yellow.
Yeah. I like that pick.
I
like that
don't
pick.
really like yellow sometimes because sometimes it's too bright and it just kind of looks like mustard. But
Yeah.
those were just a nice, calm yellow.
Oh, I know what I'm
like
going
that.
for here. Oh man. I'll stay current as well. And I'll take just the standard Charlotte Hornets home.
Nice.
I'm a sucker for the turquoise
Yeah.
with the white pinstripes with the
I love it.
The hollow stripes. I
Yep.
love them.
No, I love it.
So we'll go with that.
Yeah, I love
That's
it.
a great draft.
I love that. No,
We'll save the can we do a recap, you think? I'm trying to think if I can remember all mine.
I can go first.
Okay, you recap
All right.
first.
I went with the yellow. No, yeah, the yellow.
The Adidas
24,
Lakers,
Yep,
right?
Adidas Lakers. Then I went with the Los Heat black, like 2014 sleeved Miami Heat jerseys.
That's definitely the pick of the draft.
That's such a crazy pick. Then I went with the Vice. I think they were City jerseys,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
Mhm.
the Vice City jerseys from the Miami Heat. Then I went with the black 90s Timberwolves KG
With the
jersey
wolf.
with the wolf on
Mhm.
it with the trees. And my fifth pick, I went. What did I? Oh my god, my fifth.
The
and
Raptors,
last.
purple.
I went with the purple Raptors
Yeah.
jersey, VC's jersey. With my honorable mention, I had to go with the last year's Indiana Pacers City jerseys, the yellow ones. Those were with the blue and the
Yeah,
white.
yeah. I like them.
I think Sir Purr had like a that's
Sir Bird.
bro. That's the Carolina Panthers mascot. Whoever the Panther. Oh my God, the
Pacers.
Panther for the Pacers.
Oh yeah.
I think he had his suit was like yellow. It's usually blue, but that
Mhm.
time it was like, or maybe that's just the jersey he was wearing. But it was cool.
Yeah.
Everything about that, like the court,
Mhm.
it was so cool.
All right, who did I pick? I had the Sixers,
Sixers,
Iverson. I had the Bulls, the red 90s. I had the Jazz
Yep.
90s with the mountains and the purple.
Rockets.
I had the Rockets, the modern Rockets with the blue pinstripes. And then I had
What was your last pick?
Who was my last pick? Oh, the Valley.
Yep.
The original The Valley, and then my honorable mention was the Charlotte Hornets home jerseys.
Love that.
All right. So that'll bring us round home to our final segment.
Lineup.
Shiz's spectacular lineup. For those who don't know, our boy Shaun here picking a starting 5 who he thinks played the best the last week of the NBA.
Yeah. All right. So I got a pretty big lineup here because, I mean, I couldn't leave these people off. But with my point guard, I did go with a normal point guard, even though I'm pretty known for putting people out of position.
Yeah.
I put Shea there. We
talked
about him. Yeah, we talked about him in the beginning of the pod.
Yeah.
Dude just looks unreal, dropping almost 35-point triple-doubles.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and the Thunder haven't lost a game yet, so
could be scary.
Could be really,
like
really scary.
Pick.
So, yeah, I like picking Shea there. At my 2, that's going to be crazy. I picked KD.
Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant.
Oh, you have a huge lineup then.
You just got to wait, but once you hear it, I think it'll make sense.
Okay.
I had to put KD at my 2. Yeah, the quote 6'9" shooting guard. At my 2, just because the dude's like 2 or 3 years younger than LeBron.
Yeah.
And
he's like 37, I think.
He's just still on par with LeBron. I mean, dude's just, averaging almost 30.
Yeah.
Doing his thing, winning basketball games. And I loved when they played the Mavs, and he called Luka too small. That was so funny.
Let him hear it.
I love it.
Let him hear it.
He don't, bro. That's just KD, bro.
Yeah, he doesn't play.
He's a hooper.
He's a hooper. That's all he knows is hooping.
Yeah, literally, that's all he knows. That's
literally
all he cares about. He just wants to hoop, man.
Yeah.
All right, at my 3, I had to put. I probably could have put him at my 2. Probably would have made a little bit more sense, but I put Tatum at my 3.
Okay. I probably would have slotted him. I mean, Tatum's probably more well-rounded, I would say, but size-wise, yeah, I can see that.
I put him at my 3 just because literally how the Boston Celtics are being the Boston Celtics, and low-key, he's probably the MVP front runner right now. Not front runner, but
one of them.
The favorite, I should say.
He's one of them, yeah.
He's definitely a favorite for the MVP right now. Everyone's saying he's been snubbed for the past 2 years, which I think is outrageous.
Wild. Yeah, it's wild.
But I feel like this is probably his year. I feel like, especially
if there is a year, if right now.
If Embiid's not going to play this, if Jokic is going to, I don't know, they're probably just being like, all right, you got your MVP, so just give it to Tatum.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's definitely a favorite right now. He's playing really good. His team's playing amazingly good.
Mm-hmm.
I think he deserves his spot. All right, and at my 4, I put our boy, Cup of CSN certified.
Yes.
Paolo Banchero.
Of course.
Had to.
That's a standard pick.
Dropped the first 50 bomb of the season. Playing really, really well. His team's playing well. They look scary. They're going to be scary in a couple of years.
Definitely.
Oh, just watch out for the Orlando Magic.
Oh, yeah. He's a young gun.
Oh, my God. He's a god. And at my 5, I put AD.
Yeah.
If there's
no other center.
There's really not a question.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude's leading the league in points per game. The Lakers look really good. He's 3rd in blocks. He's averaging 10-plus rebounds. I mean,
he's all over the place.
He's really all over the place. He's literally just carrying over from the Olympics, which I love.
Oh, yeah. He looks very poised.
Always been a fan of AD.
Very.
Kind of hated when he went to L.A. at first, but now I'm just kind of like, all right.
Let him go.
Yeah.
Let him go. We'll see how far he can take the Lakers.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. So
like
just to give a little recap.
Yeah, give us a recap.
Shea at my point guard. I got KD. Kevin Durant at my shooting guard. I got Jason Tatum at my 3. Paolo Banchero at my 4. And AD, the Brown Anthony Davis at my 5.
I like that. All right. Well, you heard it here first. The first Shiz's Spectacular lineup of the new year of
the regular
season 2.
Season.
That brings us to the end of our second episode here. A lot of good ball knowledge, a lot of good ball talk. We are locked in this season, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned for our next episode coming hopefully next week. We should be on point with that.
Yeah.
I don't see a reason why we wouldn't be. So next week, stay tuned. We will be back, and we'll be here all throughout the week. See ya.
Go Penn State.